So, I am going to be reacting to the unhealthiest restaurant in America, and why it's controversial, I guess, by SunnyV2 here. Everyone knows this guy that that I know of. I stream on Kick. That's my business email. Don't worry about that. I stream on Kick. At Lycoris Radiata, capital L, capital R. It'll be in the description. Should be at the top of the description. I will also have a link to this video in the description that I'm going to be reacting to. I would appreciate it if you'd be as so kind to drop a like, maybe even leave a comment about how I should do better about going about these things, like reacting and stuff. But subscribe, leave a comment, like, hit the bell, you know, ring a ding ding ding, whatever the things are, whatever people say. And let's get into it. Heads up though, I probably will pause on occasion. I'll try to react hard, as they say. Not skip it.
When John Basso first opened the Heart Attack Grill, he had no idea that serving the world's unhealthiest menu would come with so much controversy. Countless lawsuits, an avalanche of bad press, and multiple heart attacks on the premises.
Well, I mean, like, you literally, if you're over 300 pounds, you just walk up to the door, right? It is the Heart Attack Grill, right? Yeah, Heart Attack Grill in 2005. So, you know, 300 plus pounds, you walk up to the door, there's a scale. If you weigh 300 plus pounds, you get to eat for free. So only like the most obese people are gonna show up to eat for free, and there will be people that show up just for the experience of eating at a restaurant that serves you, like, what is it, like a 20 hamburger, well, a 20 burger hamburger. So, you know, it only makes sense.
Prior to opening the Heart Attack Grill in 2005, Basso owned 3 different
ensuring that the fat and caloric or calorie or whatever content of our food remains as high as possible. Owner, In-N-Out Workout, operated 3 locations advising clients on their dietary and exercise needs. 2. Owner, Wellington Strength Clinic, advising clients on their dietary
exercise gyms over a 12-year period.
Needs. 3. Franchise owner, Jenny Craig, owned and operated 3 franchise weight loss centers, advising clients on techniques of caloric reduction. So the owner of it, is it John Basso or whatever, does a lot of articles and stuff into all of this, like, obesity, health, and wellness for the normal American, I guess, or even just anyone for that matter. And he's the one that opened the grill.
Where he'd advise clients on their dietary and exercise needs, as well as on techniques of caloric reduction. However, he felt this was an untruthful line of work, stating, "It's disgusting because you're promising people things that are outside their genetic possibility. Instead of being a slimy, crooked, dishonest peddler of health and fitness services, I would actually launch a hamburger concept that would be absolutely honest, and that's the only guiding principle."
Hey.
What? So, is this one of those, like, good cop, like, bad cop things? Or, like, is he, like, I know what it is. I can't think of the game, but it's that one game where you're the soldier, and the whole entire time you're playing through, and eventually it starts, like, phasing in and out of reality and what you see, and at the very end, spoiler alert for whatever game this is, you find out that you're actually the bad guy, and that you invaded it's the place with the tallest tower. It's not, I can't think of it. Whatever, that fell apart. But it's like the good guy, like, bad guy type of thing, you know? You think you're the good guy at the beginning, and then he's like, nah, I'm a slime ball. So now he's making people into slime balls.
This is bad for you, and it's gonna kill you.
The first heart attack grill in Arizona featured a front door sign reading, "Caution, this establishment is bad for your health," before they'd later add cash only because you might die before the check clears. Inside, they'd proudly display the catchphrase, "Taste worth dying for." However, the most insane piece of signage was without a doubt this, reading, "Anyone over 350 pounds eats for free all day, every day, unlimited," with the only rules being no taking food to go, no sharing with others, and does not include beverages. Although,
oh dang it, I was close. I was 50 pounds less whenever I was talking about the entrance to the door. But yeah, that's insane. Where I live, there's nothing like this. There's a lot of really big people around here, but there's definitely a lot of them that would go to this place, and it's I don't doubt that there haven't been some people that have gone to this place around where I live.
this wasn't the only unlimited service offered by the restaurant.
Instead of a salad bar, there's an all-you-can-eat flatliner fries bar.
To serve
What the fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna say it now. If Five Guys had this, fry bar, they
free
would
meals
be making, they would be making even more bank than they already make with how expensive those burgers are. Now I want some Five Guys. Also, this guy kind of looks like Megamind. Look at that. Wow.
also took a tip from Hooters by hiring a bunch of sexy nurses, with a theme of honesty also extending into the job application process, with questions such as whether the applicant has an innie or outie belly button, who would they have a hot one-night stand with, their opinion on certain conspiracy.
Your opinion on conspiracy theories. Did the government cover up Roswell alien crash? Yes or no? Did multiple shooters kill John F. Kennedy? Yes or no? Was the American moon landing fake? Yes or no? Are Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster real? Is Tupac still alive? You know, those are pretty common conspiracy theories, probably the biggest ones. So I don't think it's like it's absurd for him to ask it. Don't get me wrong. I've worked a lot of jobs. I put in a lot of applications. None of them have asked me questions like this. I've been asked what I think I could improve on myself when applying for a job, which was a very hard thing to answer. And frankly, I thought it was very strange that you would ask me what I can improve, like, personally, before they even knew, like, if I was a good worker or what, you know? It's kind of strange.
Conspiracy theories, and a comment stating, "No one gives a damn about your academic achievements, but if you want to bore us with them, go right ahead." As the head of the restaurant, John spends every day dressed as a doctor.
He's not wrong, though, right? A lot of the times, even if you have an actual, like, degree, and you're certified for that job, it doesn't mean that you'll actually get it. So, it's not entirely wrong. I don't blame him. I don't for that one.
Stating, "We promote nicotine, alcohol, caffeine, fat, cholesterol, sodium, all the building blocks of a quality, healthy, good time," with these insane statements leading to his first appearance on a local news station.
There is a restaurant in Tempe where the food is so rich they call their big burger the quadruple bypass. Not everybody.
That's what I was talking about. A quadruple bypass. How big this bitch
Everybody
is.
thinks that's funny, least of all the Arizona Board of Nursing.
The news story then stated that the American Nursing Board had received 5 or 6 complaints about them calling their waitresses nurses. However, 5 or 6 complaints was a small price to pay, given the story was basically free advertising.
All right, so if you want a bypass, of course the good kind, now you know where to go. It's called the Heart Attack Grill.
This then turned into further news coverage where John explained the other ways in.
Honestly, if I did something absurd, you know, my channel is pretty small right now. If I did something absolutely absurd, unhinged, matter of fact, and it got news coverage or coverage by some big streamer or something, you bet that I would use that as like a launching, because a lot of people would. I don't think there's anyone who wouldn't, unless you're already big, and then at that point it doesn't matter. But, yeah. Bill Geist.
in which the restaurant might kill you.
We don't do Diet Coke. We don't do light beers. We don't even provide lettuce on our burgers.
With the unique approach beating all of their competitors.
John, this is creating a firestorm. I have a feeling this is just what you wanted.
Well, I can't say that I don't enjoy the publicity. It definitely does pack the seats in the restaurant. We've been so lucky as of recently, our web traffic exceeds McDonald's.com.
After noticing that media stories help the business grow,
You know, with how many people actually go there and how many people visit that just as like a random like one-off, like haha, this is a funny place to go to eat. Wonder how much money they actually make for that. Like obviously it's got to be enough that even with the like, oh, if you're over 350 pounds you eat for free, you know. And I bet a lot of those people do that, because if you're 350 plus pounds, you can just go there every day. You eat for free. You only have to pay for the drink. So if you think about it, you're only buying a drink and you're only paying for the cost of the trip unless you live nearby, which would be super low, because it's Las Vegas, so they surely have like taxis or buses or some type of transportation that's not going to cost that much. So there might actually be some people that are cheating the system because they don't have to pay for like anything, and that's absurd. Like if that's true, that's absurd.
that attempt to set the Guinness World Record for the world's unhealthiest burger, achieving such with the 9,982 calorie quadruple bypass burger, although this gluttonous piece of food would be served
There
with
it
a
is.
side of
There's the
tragedy.
burger.
The Heart Attack Grill had introduced a spokesperson named Blair River, who at 6'8", 570 pounds appeared in all of the restaurant's ads.
I'm up another few inches. Who needs these old pants? I could eat for free.
In a 2011 news report, Blair
Epic.
talked about feeling incredibly healthy.
Giga
Good
Chad.
stuff. Everyone should be modern sized like myself.
However, he
belly
passed
slap.
away before the interview even aired.
Sadly,
Oh.
we now know how long that was. Blair
No.
died last week at the age of
looks so
29.
sad.
His family
No.
says the cause of death was pneumonia.
Even in death, the Heart
Sad.
Attack Grill maintained their brutally honest branding.
Had he have been thinner, he most probably would have survived that pneumonia.
Aren't you glorifying obesity, which
Absolutely.
obviously kills?
Absolutely.
With Basso taking this even further in a different interview.
If they do die here, I'm not going to lie to you. That's great for business. I'll say it again. Death is great for business at the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, I didn't mean, that was a bad pause. This guy, honestly, he just screams villain. Like, look at that. Look at his eyes. Is he wearing, like, contacts? That's so weird. Are his pupils just, like, I guess he does have a light on him, so I guess that's his pupils, but it looks like his pupils are right there. And then there's, like, his actual, like, iris or whatever. And then there's another line. That's so strange. He's a lizard. Lizard man, confirmed right here. He doesn't care. See, that's how you know, because he's a hardcore businessman, so he's a lizard.
I'll say it again. Death is great for business at the Heart Attack Grill.
Although the media's goal of discrediting the founder only did the opposite. It's actually refreshing to see someone so painfully honest. The owner is great,
Yeah.
he makes no apologies, nor should he. You can't blame him for people doing this to themselves. It's impossible to hate this guy because he's being 100% honest. In a different interview, Basso showed his more compassionate side by stating, cynical people might think this, River's death, is funny, but people who knew him are crying their eyes out. There is a lot of mourning going on around here. You couldn't have found a better person. Even if he was
That's
skinny,
fair.
we would have given him the job. We would have just put a fat suit on him. He just had personality, as did the restaurant's next spokesperson, Ernie Hart, who wouldn't
Wait,
last
there's
long
another one?
either, although for a slightly different reason. In October 2011, Basso moved the restaurant to the land of indulgence, pleasure, and poor short-term choices, Las Vegas. The new and improved restaurant featured a public electronic cattle scale, as well as new signage reading "Fighting
There
Anorexia
it
since
is.
2005" and "Send hate mail to,"
Jesus.
followed by their address. The new location also
pretty
led to a
epic,
brand
bro.
new slogan.
Pretty
Remember, the calories you eat in Vegas stay in Vegas.
as well as an instant increase in business.
We've both doubled in terms of money, in terms of square footage.
However, the craziest change was without a doubt their menu. Despite their quadruple bypass already holding the record for the highest calorie burger, the Heart Attack Grill then doubled their invention, creating the octuple bypass burger, which featured 8 patties, 40 pieces of bacon, and 19...
Does this even look appetizing though? Like, why this bun? And look at these burgers. They look like actual dog shit. Jesus Christ. God. The cheese isn't even melted. Holy shit.
1,900 calories. At around the same point in time, the Heart Attack Grill updated their website to include free video and images for the press, where the motivation for the octuple bypass burger became pretty obvious. They were trying to generate media attention, and this is exactly what they got. The new burger led to over 100 million views worth of exposure on YouTube, as different content creators. New burger led to over 100.
Oh. Oh, right. Avocado.
100 million views worth of exposure on YouTube, as different content creators visited the restaurant to see if they could eat it. Those who could, such as Matt Stoney, were given a ride out of the restaurant in a novelty wheelchair, although there were others who were forced to leave in an ambulance.
A customer at the Heart Attack Grill was rushed to the hospital after eating a sandwich called the triple bypass burger.
Wait, he only had the triple though. He only had the triple, not even the quadruple, the octuple or whatever. At least they have at least they have single and double. But even the double's ridiculously large. I wonder if these buns and stuff are actually good, because it doesn't look very appetizing at all. Maybe that's his whole thing, his whole shtick, is that even if it doesn't look appetizing, he'll keep getting people in the door just for the I can't think of it, just for like the looks and stuff, because it's such a different restaurant in comparison to every other place. Very much a circus.
2012, an article was published titled "Man Has Heart Attack While Eating at the Heart Attack Grill," which is followed by another article only 2 months later reading, "Heart Attack Grill lives up to its name again this week when a woman collapsed in their Las Vegas restaurant." This marks the second...
That reminds me, so whenever I was working in a restaurant like a year or two ago, the restaurant that I was working at had these super cheap chairs, like awfully cheap. I bet if you were to pick one up and slam it down or even throw it, it would just break. It would literally be like a set of Legos, like just a Lego explosion. Pieces everywhere. Probably make the noise too, though. Or whatever. The Lego noise. She went to scoot back, and the owners were so cheap, they have been trying to re-glue these chairs back together, and they even screwed some of the chairs, like the legs, back together that were like already breaking. So already a horrible chairs. This lady, bigger lady, weight wise, I'm just gonna say I don't think she was 300, probably around like 250, bit over that, you know, on the heavy side, I'll say. But she went to scoot back, and the chair just gave way. She just fucking fell, and the whole like I was out there in the lobby because I was a busboy, so I was cleaning up the tables, and I'm like, oh shit, we're about to get sued. Fuck, I need this job. So she falls back. You know, I go over, I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I guess it's just an awakening, you know? And I'm like, no. She's like, yeah, maybe I'm just a bit too, you know, a bit too overweight. This is quite the awakening. I'm like, no. And like almost the whole staff of the restaurant like went out there to make sure she was okay, and everyone's like, no, you're fine, like trust us, the chairs are cheap, look at the chairs, they're so cheap. And she just wouldn't believe us. Oh god, I wonder if she actually lost weight. I haven't been working there for almost a year now. Actually, yeah, for a year now. So I wonder if she if she still weighs that much, or if she did lose a lot of weight because of that experience.
Person to fall victim to their horrifically caloric food in less than a year, with the Heart Attack Grill responding in the most brand appropriate way by bragging about it on their website. 2 ambulance departures in less than 60 days left an indelible mark on the Heart Attack Grill's public image.
Hold on. An actual heart attack on the premises? Media sarcasm hit a crescendo when in April 2012 a second patron suffered similar symptoms and was shuttled off to a Las Vegas hospital. 2 ambulance departures in less than 60 days left an I don't know. Mark on the Heart Attack Grill's public image. Indelible. Indelible. I don't know. I'm not very good with words. Dr. John delivered a clear message to the media that such tragedy shall inevitably continue due to having a clientele which he refers to as being the avant-garde of nutritional risk takers. So, wait, so does he consider like skinny people too, like Matt Stoney and like all of those like fast food eaters? Well, fast as in like speed, like I guess speed run eaters or whatever. Does he consider them to be like that too?
Dr. John delivered a clear message to the media that such tragedies shall inevitably continue due to having clientele which he refers to as being the avant-garde of nutritional risk takers.
Did that heart attack pad my wallet with money? Absolutely. Did I enjoy that? Absolutely.
Although this is still nothing compared to what would happen 1 year later. The Heart Attack Grill had a new unofficial spokesperson named John Alleman, who was recognized as the restaurant's most loyal customer. He never missed a day, even on Christmas, Basso said. People just loved him. He connected with people in a real way, although all of this changed on the 11th of February 2013. After chowing down on his daily feed at the grill, John Alleman suffered a heart attack and died while waiting for the bus at the front of the store.
No! It was too soon. Another one. Another one. No. Right there. That guy. Right there. He's sitting where some guy died. No, actually, he's sitting where the famous spokesman during 2012 to 2013 died, right outside the Heart Attack Grill. Damn. May his soul rest in peace.
This led to Basso's craziest PR stunt to date.
They'll say it's grotesque. They'll say, how can you keep the man's cremation here?
With Basso keeping the cremation inside the restaurant.
Wait, what? Did his family not care? Did the guy just do it because he just had no other like reason to? That's crazy. Man just has a dead guy stuck in the restaurant. Let him go. Dude, let him go. Like take him to the Grand Canyon. Let his ashes go. Why is it zip tied? What the? This is janky as fuck.
As he wants you to know his food kills so that maybe you'll stop eating junk. This man is willing to sacrifice his reputation and maybe even his humanity to try and make the world a healthier place. I
mean, not entirely wrong. Sorry about Kopai. That little kitty. Not entirely wrong, but I feel like there's better ways that you could do it. You know, like if anything, maybe after a certain point in this restaurant's history, you should literally just change it entirely and say nothing about it. So it ends up being like the healthiest place or whatever. And then he might actually get even more attention at this point because media has gotten a lot bigger since 2012 and 2013 and stuff.
Respect him for it. Basso believes the restaurant helps customers to reflect on their own choices, having stated anybody who's over 350 pounds gets on that scale. We applaud them like the big sumo wrestler they are, treat them like a champ, make them feel good for that moment, give them free food all they want. But these people go home at night and they ponder that and say, wow, why did I just get free food and have the whole restaurant applauding for me? Because I'm a freak, plain and simple, before adding
So I was right about the circus comment though. I was right.
running an obesity intervention, and I think it works. I really do. Everybody should check out our Facebook and see a lot of people say, "Hey Dr. John, I've lost 82 pounds since the last time I was in." It's the X factor, something that snapped in that person that said, "Wow, I'm gonna make a change in my life," and they did, and that's fabulous. With this sentiment.
Wait, so does this mean that the only people that end up actually dying are the people that are like spokesmen or whatever that he hires to be like the mascot of the restaurant? Those are the only people that die because they work there, so they eat everything there. Surely the workers, he probably doesn't let the workers get food there. Hopefully like if one of the workers is like, "I kind of want to get one of these burgers," he's like, "No, don't do it. You'll die. Get out of here. Go across the street. Go get other food from somewhere else, please. Dear God."
And also showing up in the YouTube comments. The Heart Attack Grill restaurant has motivated me to take care of myself, stick to my diet. The namesake restaurant actually sends a very positive message. If you don't take care of yourself today, you might find yourself eating a free meal at my restaurant in the not so distant future, because everyone over 350 pounds eats for free, and therefore Basso believes the restaurant is an overall positive.
I am a believer that when people hear my message, the net health benefit to society is incredibly good.
However, you won't be surprised to hear that not everybody agrees.
He's deliberately trying to get people to eat more than they need.
With this being echoed by the legendary Anthony Bourdain, who stated, "There is a restaurant in Vegas, I think it's called the Heart Attack Grill, where if you're over 350 pounds, you eat for free. I think that should be pretty much a war crime." On top of this, a former waitress went public talking about her terrible time working at the restaurant, explaining that after a man passed out mid-meal, a manager made me take out my cell phone to record a video of the whole thing so they could send it to the media. It was on a Friday afternoon, and he hoped it would make the news so they could have a busy weekend. On the opposite end of the spectrum, a different waitress stated this.
Wait. This guy's he's clout hungry. That's all it is. So he enjoys the attention from it. Maybe that's the other aspect. He just likes seeing that number go up. Like seeing it tick. He likes it. He likes seeing that number roll.
Here, 11 years. I enjoy this way too much.
So the experience clearly depends on which person you ask.
Oh my God!
In a different instance, the PCRM sent a letter to Basso asking him to declare moral bankruptcy and close the Heart Attack Grill. However, given the restaurant earned $5.5 million in revenue last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad that this video actually covered how much it earns. So $5.5 million. I wonder if that's more or less than what they were making back in like 2013, though, and the height of its existence, because it's fallen off quite a bit. You don't hear about it very often. Like every couple of years you might, but it's definitely one of those places in America where almost every American has heard of it at this point because it's been covered so much. It's crazy that things like that can happen.
It seems obvious that Dr. John Basso and the Heart Attack Grill won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
Damn, that sucks. What a good video, though. Alright, that's enough of the React indie content. Everyone, make sure to hit the bell. Please subscribe. Don't forget that video was by SunnyV2. It was called The Unhealthiest Restaurant in America and why it's so controversial. But yeah, leave me a like, hit the bell, subscribe, leave a comment down below on what I should improve on, or if you enjoyed this video. And down in the description is my link to my Kick streams, and there's also another link down there that will lead to this video if you would like to go watch it. It would be very appreciated if you would go over there and just look at it for a second. That way he also gets some of the views for it. Alrighty, thank you, have a good one.